Hey everybody, it's Jac and Holly with Iconic Adventures, and we just got off the Disney Wish for a 3-day Bahamas cruise, and we're going to do a short review of that cruise and a short review of the Disney Wish. So Holly, what did you really like about the Disney Wish?
Well, I always enjoy going on a cruise, but I especially love going on a Disney cruise. There is just something about them that is a little bit better than everybody else. So what I really liked about this particular ship was that it was new, and so everything felt very novel, even though there are some similarities between this boat and some of the others, but I don't know, it just felt very magical. And so I definitely enjoyed that. One of the things that I did notice that was different about this ship than the others was they've really taken a lot of effort to make the adult area a little bit more, a little bit more engaging, a little bit more attractive. From what I recall, the adult area on the previous ones it wasn't their primary focus. You could tell that it was, that the ships are about the kids. It was a little bit covered and felt, it didn't feel private. It felt like a walkway where the guest had to, pass by. On this particular ship, they moved it to the very, it's the back of the boat. And they have the infinity pool. They have its own coffee shop that is enclosed and looks off, you can see off the side of the ship. There is an area that you can, so there's your own bar, but I think the others had that. But this one had, I think, 3 TVs where we all gathered and watched the Georgia game, which was really fun. It was just, it was very unique. I even think it had 2 stories.
So you had a sun deck that was above, that was still all adults. So from comparing it to the Disney Fantasy or the Disney Dream, the adult area, which is the Quiet Cove, a lot bigger. Definitely agree, a lot nicer. You definitely appreciated the infinity pool, as well as the little, they're not really hot tubs, but they were just kind of some seating areas where you could get your feet kind of wet if you didn't want to be completely submerged in the infinity pool. Really nice seating. And so, they definitely did a great job on the Quiet Cove area. One of the things about the Disney Wish, it is the first of its class. So the Wish class of ships, the Treasure just came out, and they're going to have another one come out in another year or so. So in terms of number of passengers compared to the Dream and the Fantasy, it's about the same. It's about 4,000 passengers, but the Wish is about 10 to 15% bigger. So they really took advantage of having more space. And it really felt like that when we were on the ship. Yeah. And,
I also really enjoyed our room. I suppose on the other boats that we've been on, the room felt maybe a tad smaller. I'm sure that if you were taking measurements, there really is probably just a small increase. But it did feel a little bigger. We had 4 of us in there. And in full disclosure, probably even why I liked the adult area better this time is because we were with our adult son. And so, there were 4 bodies in the room that were adult sized. And so I guess I was looking for that extra space, and I felt very comfortable in that room. I felt like everyone had space for their luggage, for their toiletries, for just their own little, I just want to be in my area without having to bump into people. We definitely love having the 2 bathrooms on the Disney boats, and particularly in this one, it felt a little bigger. So those are probably my favorite things. I did also enjoy there's an outdoor, I think it's actually the smoking area, but there's not a lot of smokers on the boat. And so that area was really nice because it's elevated and you can look out over the water. You're also looking over a couple of decks. I think you can see some of the private suites. Not that you can see inside them, so if any of you are looking to do that, you can't see inside your room. But it was just, I thought that was a nice place to sit. And it was open to anyone. Obviously, it was geared towards people that were smoking, but as I said, there weren't a lot of people that were doing that.
So the pool deck is completely revamped from the Dream and the Fantasy. So they've got multiple pools. So they made a lot more pools. They're a little bit smaller, but I think they had 5 different pools on the pool deck, which sort of spreads people out a little bit more, and it was sort of tiered, which was really nice. And then the new water attraction is the Aqua Mouse. So the Aqua Mouse, Disney is calling it their first water attraction at sea, and so they've got, in addition to the jets and the raft that's going to go up and down, they've got some animation along the way to give it a little bit of extra entertainment value for the kiddos. So that was cool. The kids area on this ship was just unbelievable. So even if you don't have kids, on that first day, go check it out because it's pretty amazing. And if you do have kids, they're definitely going to want to go.
Right.
So the Oceaneer Club is 3 to 10. The Disney unique to cruise lines has a tween club, which is the Edge, which is 11 to 14, and then they also have the teen club, which is super cool for 14 to 17-year-olds.
Right, and we have a 13-year-old who was with us. All right, well, one of the things that I really liked as well that our 13-year-old who was with us enjoyed was the movie theater. And so we did go and see some movies in there. And I think they had 2 theaters, but we went to this one particular one that had, the seating is elevated. You're never going to hit not be able to see well because someone's head is blocking your view. They have popcorn outside. Our 13-year-old really enjoyed that, but so did we. So
the 2 movie theaters was interesting. The previous ships had 1 big theater, and so with having 2 theaters, definitely that gave Disney the flexibility to have more show times, obviously. At first we thought that might mean they would have more movies. That really was not the case. So it was the same movies, just shown more frequently. Yeah. So easier to find a time that was conducive to you. But the theaters were very cool, and it's definitely a perk of going on a Disney cruise, especially if there's some first run movies that have just come out. You're going to get them on the cruise ship for sure.
Right, and we saw a first run movie, and truth be known, I think we went and saw it
a couple times.
More than 2.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and so the restaurants are all new on the Disney Wish. So you've got the rotational dining, which is really, really fun. Disney puts such an emphasis on that the buffet, which is great, is not going to be open for dinner on the Disney Wish. So they're really going to encourage you.
That's probably the thing I don't like about Disney is they do close their buffet for dinner, and our 13-year-old doesn't always like to go to the dinner meal. She does, she'll go, but her favorite thing is the buffet, and so that's a bit of a bummer. But the food is so good, and they're so efficient in how they serve the meals that everything goes well by taking the whole family to the restaurant.
Yeah, so buffet's open for breakfast and lunch every day, not open for dinner. If you do want something casual, you've got the food court that's up near the pool, which has a variety, really, this ship, a nice variety, whether it's pizza or Mexican or barbecue or burgers, and then obviously ice cream as well. So a lot of choices up there on the pool deck if you don't want to go to the rotational dining. But the rotational dining, really good. So 2 of the 3, you've got some really nice entertainment during the meal, and then the 3rd one is just a really classic, very classy Disney with a little bit of an animation theme to it. So they're definitely worth going to.
Yep. So I don't have anything else that I don't like about Disney. It's really a great ship, and it's well worth going. Obviously, any Disney ship you want to be on more than 3 days. So I suppose that would be a downside, is that we were only there for 3 days. But it's so worth going, and if that's what you can do for a weekend trip, go and do it.
Yeah, so at present the Disney Wish is primarily doing the 3-day, 4-day rotation, and so that's what it's doing right now. And so we had the 3-day available, and we took advantage of it. Thank you for watching this cruise review of the Disney Wish. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, and until next time, enjoy the adventure.